Hi friends! Behind me is the sweet gum tree planted by Osa Johnson that I told you about on Tuesday. I'm coming to you today from the Dawes Arboretum. Behind me is the white oak tree that was planted by Orville Wright on October 16, 1935, in honor of his and his brother Wilbur's accomplishments in aeronautics. It was rededicated in 2017 by Amanda Wright Lane, the great-grand-niece of Orville and Wilbur. On the morning of their first flight in Kitty Hawk, there was a strong headwind, and it was cold enough to freeze the standing water around the camp. Both brothers, Orville and Wilbur, wore heavy sweaters under their coats. The first flight, manned by Orville, took off at 10:35 a.m. and was extremely erratic, as they described it. The wind was giving them fits. It lasted just 12 seconds and it went 120 feet from where it first lifted off the ground. After that first flight, the group picked up the machine and carried it back to the starting point. They secured it and then went back to the barn to warm up. After about 20 minutes, they noticed that the wind had died down, and this time it was Wilbur's turn to fly. With less wind, his flight was more stable, and it went 175 feet. They took the plane back for another go while the wind remained stable, and this time Orville took control and managed to go 200 feet. On the fourth and last attempt, Wilbur flew just over a half mile and was in the air for almost a minute. Did you know that besides being the first to fly a powered aircraft, the Wright brothers were also the first to make a cargo flight and the first to serve a meal in flight? On November 7th, 1910, Orville Wright and pilot Philip Parmelee took off from the Huffman Field in Dayton in a plane that was called the Wright B Flyer. They were headed for Columbus with a special delivery for Max Morehouse. It was a bolt of silk fabric that Morehouse had paid $5,000 to have delivered to him in Columbus. A road map was used to provide directions, and on the way, Orville gave Philip a sack lunch, making it the first in-flight meal. By the way, the silk fabric was then cut into pieces and sold as souvenirs to help pay for the air show at Driving Park in Columbus. To go from a 1-minute flight in 1903 to a 1-hour flight in 1910 to flights that can continue as long as the fuel lasts today, it's pretty remarkable. And to think that it all started with a couple of brothers working in a bicycle shop in Dayton, Ohio. In the Bible, there are plenty of examples of God using something small to accomplish something big. Like young David, who conquered Goliath the giant, or the small forces of Gideon, who defeated the Midianites, or baby Jesus, who saved the world. I think God still uses small things to accomplish his work in the world today. A gentle word, a kind gesture, a selfless decision, a personal stand, a generous spirit, a local congregation. Don't ever think that your sincere effort to make the world a better place, no matter how small that effort may be, is insignificant. It may just be the 12-second flight that gets the ball rolling. Thanks for listening. I'll see you again tomorrow.